oh, what a beautiful day and what a beautiful place. Now, as I always share and I give compliments, I've just given this beautiful place a compliment. It's called beautiful. So when somebody tells you that you're beautiful, if somebody tells you that you're smart, if somebody tells you that you look gorgeous, if somebody gives you a compliment, how do you respond or react? And the reaction is, oh, no, I'm not really, or no, that's not true, or no, this is just an ugly thing that I'm wearing, or no, I'm not that good. And there's an interesting thing to consider there. If somebody gives you a compliment and you disagree with them, first of all, do they have the right to have their opinion? So if they think you're beautiful and you tell them, no, I'm not, isn't that disrespectful of their opinion because they've told you that you're beautiful and you disagree? Interesting that a lot of relationships break down, and there's lots of reasons for that, of course, but some people will share, my partner doesn't compliment me, or my partner doesn't tell me that I'm beautiful. But if your partner tells you that you're beautiful and you respond with, no, I'm not, I'm really ugly, or no, you're blind, or that's not true, how long before somebody stops giving you compliments if you don't respond beautifully rather than react with negativity? So that's if somebody gives you a compliment. But what about you and your self-esteem? Do you tell yourself that you're beautiful, that you're gorgeous, that you're smart? Have you ever caught yourself doing the opposite, where you say, oh, you idiot, what did you do that for? Or that was a stupid, dumb thing to do, or I don't know why I did that, you're such a stupid person. And I always ask this question, and very respectfully, but please be really careful about this. Let's just say somebody beautiful comes into your life. You love them dearly and they're a really important part of your life. Would you ever say to them, you're ugly, you're fat, you're stupid, you're an idiot, you're dumb, all the horrible things that people say to somebody that they don't care about? And of course, I hope the answer is no. If you love somebody, if you genuinely care about them, you would never put them down, never criticize them, never treat them badly. But ultimately, the person who you love the most, shouldn't that be you? The person that you respect the most? Because if you want people to love and respect you, wouldn't it be important for you to love and respect yourself? So if you would never say something horrible to somebody else, why do we say horrible things to ourselves? Why do we say you're fat, you're ugly, you're stupid, why did you do that, you idiot? Why would we say that to ourselves when we would never say it to somebody that we care about? So if you are challenged by compliments to you and you don't respond to them well, and of course the ultimate response to any compliment is just to say thank you for that beautiful compliment, I really appreciate it, even if you don't agree. But why would you disagree? It's the other person's opinion, and don't they have the right to have their opinion? Now your opinion of yourself might not be the same, but there's a great thing to consider. If somebody else can see that you're beautiful, if somebody else can see that you've done something special, if somebody else can appreciate you for who you are, could that be a great step towards you appreciating who you are if you don't already? And the interesting thing about the difference between self-esteem and self-confidence, and people often ask me that, Rowie, you talk about self-esteem and self-confidence, well, what's the difference? It's been suggested by the experts that self-esteem comes from the inside and self-confidence comes from the outside. So if other people tell you that you're beautiful, if other people compliment you and praise you and appreciate you, it's good for your self-confidence. But your self-esteem should be so strong that if you get no compliments and no love and no appreciation from anybody else, that you don't care about that because you love and appreciate yourself. Your self-esteem is your internal driver. It's your internal reason for wanting to wake up every day and love your life because you love who you are. So if you're struggling, if you're having challenges with, if you're not happy with your self-esteem, and if you're relying on self-confidence to make you feel good, which is other people complimenting you, then if people do compliment you, wouldn't it be a really good idea to appreciate the compliment and just say thank you very much? But if you don't believe the compliments that people are giving you because you're lacking in self-esteem, would it be a really good idea to work on that very powerful tool? And the ultimate way to do that, of course, again, according to the experts, is you can't get rid of a bad habit. You can just replace it with a different habit or a good habit. So every time you hear yourself say something horrible about yourself, every time you criticize yourself, every time you put yourself down, is it possible to be aware of that and immediately change it to, instead of saying, you're stupid, why did you do that? How about, wow, I learned something from that. I'm going to learn and grow from that. I'm a bloody legend. And the more you talk positively to yourself, is it possible that you'll feel more positive about yourself? And I'll go a step further than that. If you're a parent, if you're a teacher, if you're a coach, if you're a boss or you're a leader, and people are observing what you do, so you can want people to have great self-esteem and self-confidence. But if you're putting yourself down, and if somebody compliments you, you put the other person down, the person who gave you the compliment, because if you disagree with that compliment, you're putting them down, you're being disrespectful to them. If our kids see that, don't they learn from that? Don't they learn that it's not good to appreciate a compliment, and my mummy or my daddy or my teacher or my coach is always putting themselves down? And why would we do that? For our own self-esteem, but our children are observing that. So if you want to feel good every single day, is it possible that you can? Because you tell yourself you're going to. And I'll go always a step further, because I am an exercise professional, I'm a personal exercise coach, and my role every day here at Rowie, so I've taken full responsibility for this. I think that being healthy, fit and strong, having a career or business that you love, being financially free and having great people in your life is a really special way to live your life. What do you reckon? And could that help with your self-esteem? If you're healthy, fit and strong, if you have a career or business that you're passionate about, if you're not struggling for money, and if you are attracting great people into your life, but more importantly, if you love who you are, is it possible that you will have a great self-esteem? So I'll go with the first one. If you're fit and strong, which is physically and mentally fit and strong, is it possible that you'll feel better about yourself? But I've got physiology on my side for that, because when you get puffed at 100% effort, when you lift something at 100% effort, when you do a combination of both, your brain chemistry changes. You put happy drugs into your brain. So your ability to think clearly, think creatively, think positively goes up. It increases, it improves, because you've got the right chemistry in your brain. So I could stand here all day and say you should love who you are, and you should appreciate who you are, and you should give people compliments, and you should appreciate people when they give you a compliment. But if your brain chemistry is not right, none of that's going to work. But the best way, of course, to get your brain chemistry right is to get puffed, lift heavy, so you produce epinephrine, adrenaline, cortisol. The reverse of that, after you've got puffed, after you've lifted heavy, after you've overcome a challenge or a threat, is your body produces dopamine. Your brain produces dopamine, serotonin, oxytocin, endorphins, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, the happy chemicals that make you feel good, that make you think more clearly, that change your brain, the way you're thinking. That's called neuroplasticity. And even drop off old brain cells, the horrible old brain cells that are not treating your self-esteem well. You can grow new ones. That's called neurogenesis. So get fit, get strong, which is get puffed, lift heavy, change your brain, make your body feel good, make your brain feel good, and make yourself feel good. And if you feel good about yourself, is it possible that you'll love your life? You'll get a lot more compliments, because people will go, wow, you seem to be happy all the time. How come? Isn't that a beautiful compliment? One of the best compliments that people ever give me, people say this to me every day. Rowie, I don't need to ask you how you are, because I already know that you're awesome. I already know that you're amazing. I already know that you're happy. I know that you're positive, because that's how I live my life. That's how I choose to live. How about you? So thank you for coming to Rowie, because Rowie is all about loving who you are and loving your life and living your life to the max. So you can come to a place like this and go, super duper doo, how are you? I am amazing, because I've got great self-esteem, great self-confidence, and I love my life. How about you? Woohoo!